Hey, welcome back. Let me ask you something. Does your day ever feel less like a strategic plan and more like just a series of reactions? If you're tired of just surviving your calendar and you're ready to start actually designing your day for real focus and impact, then you are in exactly the right place.
I mean, seriously, doesn't this just hit the nail on the head? You spend the entire day just frantically twisting and turning, trying to make everything fit, only to get to the end of it completely exhausted, but without that feeling of making any real progress on the stuff that actually matters.
Because that right there, that's the fundamental shift we're talking about today. It's about moving from being this passive scheduler who's just reacting to whatever falls onto your plate to becoming an active, intentional architect of your own time and, more importantly, your attention.
So first up, we have to get really honest about the problem we're up against. And here's the thing, it's probably not that you don't have enough time. It's that you're playing the wrong game with the time you do have. You see, this whole Tetris effect is really just a symptom. The actual root cause is a reactive mindset. It's where we let all the external demands, the emails, the meetings, those, hey, got a quick question, interruptions, dictate our entire day. And yeah, we end up busy for sure. But let's be real, busy is not the same thing as productive.
So how in the world do we fix this? Well, it starts by adopting a completely new identity. Instead of being just a scheduler, it is time to become a master architect of your day.
This right here is the core concept. This is not about finding the newest, shiniest productivity app. No, it's about building an actual system, a framework for your day that is intentionally designed to protect your ability to think clearly and do that deep, meaningful work you know you're capable of.
You know, what's so powerful about this is how it reorders our priorities. Most productivity systems, they just focus on managing time. But a true cognitive architecture, it understands that your attention and your energy are way more valuable and, frankly, way more finite than time is. A great day isn't about cramming more into 24 hours. It's about managing your best energy and focus within those hours.
All right, so to build this new architecture, you are going to need the right tools for the job. And luckily, there are two incredibly powerful and actually pretty simple techniques that really form the foundation of this entire system.
Now, people get these two confused all the time, but they solve two completely different problems. Time blocking, that's about creating the wide-open space you need to actually start your most important work without getting pulled in a million directions. Time boxing, on the other hand, that's about creating urgency to finish the work, preventing it from dragging on forever and ever.
And this just lays out the tactical difference so clearly. A time block says, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I am writing. And that's it. It's a commitment to focus. But a time box says, okay, I have exactly 45 minutes to clear out this inbox, and then I am done, period. It's a constraint. Both are super powerful, but you have to know which problem you're actually trying to solve.
Okay, now we get to the really fun part, putting these tools into practice to build a blueprint for your day that can actually survive contact with reality, right? But before we can build anything, we have to understand the number one enemy of our focus, context switching. Every single time you jump from an email to a report to a Slack message, you're paying this huge mental tax without even realizing it. And trust me, the cost is absolutely staggering. 23. That is the average number of minutes it takes for your brain to fully get back on track after a single tiny interruption. Just let that sink in for a second. 10 quick checks of your email can literally vaporize hours of your peak cognitive performance for the day. It's insane. So how do you fight back, especially against those interruptions that come from inside your own head? You use the parking lot. It's simple. Keep a notepad next to you. And when that distracting thought pops into your head, oh, I got to email Sarah, don't do it. Just jot it down in the parking lot and immediately get back to what you were doing. You'll deal with that whole list later, during a dedicated block for admin stuff.
So, when we put it all together, a good blueprint isn't rigid. It's resilient. It's tough. And it's built on 4 simple but incredibly powerful principles that we're about to walk through right now.
Okay, principle 1 is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to figure out your biological prime time. You know those 2 to 4 hours a day where you are at your absolute sharpest? And you have to guard it with your life. This time is for your most difficult, most creative, most strategic work. All the shallow stuff, emails, expense reports, routine admin, that can wait for your afternoon energy slump.
You want to know the number one reason most schedules fail? They're brittle. They have no give. We schedule things back to back, completely ignoring a well-known bug in our brains called the planning fallacy. We are terrible at estimating how long things will take.
So to fix this, use the 1.5x rule for any new project, and try to leave about 20% of your day as a flexible buffer. Slack in your schedule isn't a weakness, it's what makes the whole system actually work.
Principle 3 is all about getting crystal clear. Vague goals are an open invitation for procrastination. Why? Because of something called Parkinson's Law. Work will always expand to fill the time you give it. A calendar block that just says work on report could take all day. But a block with a specific measurable output, like draft 800 words of the intro, that has a clear finish line.
And finally, we tie this all back to that productivity killer, context switching. Instead of checking your email 10 different times a day, create 1 or 2 dedicated email batch blocks. Group all your phone calls together. This keeps your brain in one mental mode for longer, which preserves that precious cognitive energy we were talking about.
Okay, so you've built this great plan. You've got your blueprint. But there is one final crucial piece that makes this entire system sustainable and prevents you from totally burning out.
Have you ever left the office, but it feels like your brain is still at work, just running through your to-do lists over and over? Well, that has a name. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Our minds are just wired to obsess over open loops and unfinished business, which is absolutely terrible for our recovery and our mental health.
The antidote is a ridiculously simple shutdown ritual. All you do is take the last 15 minutes of your workday to review what you got done, move any unfinished tasks to a specific block on a future day, and then sketch out a rough plan for tomorrow. This simple act gives you what psychologists call cognitive closure. It tells your brain, hey, we're done for the day. It allows you to truly switch off.
And this is so important to remember. This system is not about being a robot. It's about providing structure so that you can have more freedom. Life is going to happen. When some urgent task pops up, don't just throw your whole plan out the window. Be a true architect. Look at your blueprint and thoughtfully move the block to another time.
So, my challenge to you is this. I want you to look at your calendar for tomorrow, find just one block of time, maybe it's 60 minutes, maybe it's 90, that you can reclaim as your own, give it a specific output, guard it fiercely, and just see how it feels to move from reacting to your day to truly intentionally building it. So, how will you start?